Hello, hello. People have been requesting some ZAO gameplay, some ZAO even gameplay from me ever since I made the first one in 0.5.2. So I decided to finally post a new commentary of the ZAO, and I thought this game was fairly good for it because they have Shimakazes, they have Montanas, they have Yamatos. We have the same stuff, so it's basically a very high tier game. And unlike the usual games where usually the ZAO gameplay is much about sitting back and sniping, wanted to. I think I've just woken up and I wanted to be super aggressive, basically super in their face. Because the last game on the ZAO I played earlier, right before this, basically my DDs refused to scout. They sat in base and wasted a bunch of time, and basically we couldn't even move out of base because all their DDs had us bunched in because our DDs refused to scout. So this time I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go full aggression, full aggressive mode. I'm not gonna let myself get boxed in. So as you can see, the first thing I did was load AP, and the ZAO actually has very low concealment. So what I'm trying to do here is ambush some cruisers. So I'm moving in with the excellent ZAO DDs, or the excellent ZAO AP even, and I'm trying to ambush these guys, and I'm using the rocks to cover me so they don't even see it coming, that they don't even see me until the shells already land. And that was a triple citadel on that Mogami. He's down to half HP. And now I switch to the Atago since I expect the Mogami to start turning away. And that's another citadel on him. I wasted. I used my repair on my turret because basically I want to deal as much damage as possible before I have to turn away. I'm already starting to turn and angle myself, but I'm still pumping out damage. As you can see, another 12k with the AP, and I'll probably be able to get one last volley before I ditch out here. 3k. Oh, and another, 11k, another Citadel. So that's basically two cruisers that got completely wrecked. The Mogami is half HP, he can't heal. The Atago can heal, but he's down to 9k. So he'll have to blow through basically all his heals to get even back to somewhat combat capable shape. And that's the thing you can do with the Atago. With the ZAO. And why I basically label it as the king of cruisers. When I say that the ZAO is the king of cruisers in this game, I don't mean that it's the best at everything. No, it's by far not the best of everything. I'm actually going to do a commentary soon where I compare the different cruisers, because the ZAO isn't the best at everything, but it is good at almost everything. It's basically a jack of all trades, and it has this versatility. You can sit back and snipe with HE, or you can do what I'm doing here, basically play aggressive with the AP instead. It has the option of doing both. And this ZAO is trying to snipe. Not working out very well for him. He tried to basically peek out or hide behind and take some pot shots, but no. Surprised how little damage I actually took from that, but considering it was just the side of his ship that was showing, or well, the front of it, only the bow, it was hard to get a proper good hit on it. But once again, I'm continuing my aggression. Basically, my team obviously isn't as aggressive as I am. The IO is far behind me, and our Yamatos and Montanas are still in our base as usual. But I don't give a shit. After the last game, I'm frustrated. I just want to go full on aggression. The torps, as pretty much expected. Now the Atago pushes out, but he gives me a perfect broadside, so that's obviously a Citadel wrecking. I don't think the Mogami will fare much better. Oh, he got destroyed. I think it might have been the Ioba behind me that deleted him. And I'm gonna continue pushing. Because, why not? I like playing aggressive. Those who have watched my stream know that I enjoy playing aggressive. The most frustrating games I know are the ones where I have to sit and passive. It's probably one of the reasons I didn't enjoy the Clan War. I played a couple days ago too much because you had to be so passive and boring. And I like the aggressive, in-your-face type of gameplay. It's probably why my stats on battleships aren't too good, because I just love going YOLO, charging into everyone. ZAO, giving me broadside. First of all, it's going to be HE, because he's 14 kilometers away, but considering he didn't make any adjustment to his course, I'm switching to AP anyway. That was a good 6k volley. but AP can do so much more if they give broadside like this guy's doing. He's even closing the distance, so there's no reason for me to move away from AP at this moment. That did only 2k, but I know he has to turn soon. Basically the angle he held earlier, he couldn't sustain it because of all the battleships that are still in our base. The Montana Iowa, they're still in our base. So if he had kept that angle, he would have shot. So that's why I stuck to AP, because I knew he would eventually turn again. Same reason I shoot here. Still AP, and this is where I switch. He's obviously turning away, so now I switch to HE. And once again, this is one of the reasons why the SAO is such a strong cruiser. It's the versatility. The AP is strong, but the HE is also just as strong. And with the flat trajectories and arcs, it's very easy to land HE shells as well. So now I went to doing 7k with HE instead and setting a fire on him. It's just that it's very hard to like engage a ZAL in a way that you can't basically avoid really damage fighting a ZAL, because at long range you take HE, close range you also take HE or AP depending on how you're angled, and if you rush him he might torp you. Okay, these are... I'm not certain where these torps came from. It's only 5 torps now. There's another 5. Those are not the ZAL torps. The angle is wrong. Oh, that's another 5. There's a Shimakaze here. That was a total of 15 torps. So now I know that at least one Shimakaze is somewhere here trying to nail me. I burned, or wrecked basically the other ZAL with HE. I see the New Orleans trying to hide. Switch to HE and... or, well, I think I had still HE loaded. Kill him as well. And now there's an Amagi who's basically coming to meet me. But, you know, usually it's actually probably not a good idea to engage a battleship like I'm doing here. Like, rushing a battleship is one thing if they're fighting someone else. But this is in the middle of the open sea, and he can see me coming, and he's obviously shooting for me. So this isn't really a good idea. But I think it's kind of fun. So that's why I go for it anyway. Now he was using his repair, so he repaired the earlier fire, but my second 2 fires hit him after the repair ran out. So now he's got 2 fires burning. I switch over to AP. There's no point using HE anymore because it's unlikely I will light a 3rd and a 4th fire, because I have to hit the bow and the stern of the ship, and I'd rather shoot basically for a citadel, the middle of a ship, and do more damage. So while I have these 2 fires taking damage, I switch to AP to do more reliable damage. And he just got extremely lucky. One of his shells penetrated right through the tip of my bow, basically where the armor is the weakest. It penetrated right through the tip and hit my citadel. That's why I lost so much HP. But I still got AP. And now that he's shot, I have no qualms showing him full broadside. I'm basically just destroying him. And my heal came up. Oh, someone else took my kill after all the work I did. That's a bit annoying. At this point, you would think, good play Shima. Huh? Wonder who he's talking to. Anyway, there Montana and Yamato are obviously full HP and sitting in base and sniping over there, because that's usually what battleships kind of tend to do in random battles. Yeah, they're both basically reversing or sitting still there and just sniping. So once again, I'm just gonna keep charging them, because, you know, fuck it. I want to play aggressive. I want to keep pushing. I could like start sniping them from range and stuff, but nah. Fuck it, man. It's more fun to be aggressive. I mean, you grinded all this way. You grinded through these tires after tires after tires of this. Some awful ships, some boring ships, some unfun ships, and now you finally get to the T10 ship. So, like, I mean, enjoy it. Have fun with it. If you want to rush, then you want to rush. Like, whatever. Have fun with it. And I guess my version of having fun with these ships is playing pretty goddamn aggressive and basically using all the aggressive tools that these ships give me, and trying to basically push the envelope of what you can get away with these ships. In this case, I'm obviously using HE because against battleships at this range, there's no point using AP. The plunging fire is okay, Like, you can do decent damage, but it's nothing compared to the damage you can do with fires, and the Zao has an excellent chance of fire. So pumping out HE for the fire chance is much more damaging than that. I'm switching to the Montana, not only because he's the only one visible here. I could go for the Shima, but the Montana actually just ate the Torp, so he probably got flooding and he repaired it. So I'm gonna try to get some fires going on him. I turned right to avoid his shells, since he's obviously shooting for me. Since the Shima has slugged up, so I'm the only target available. Probably should turn away, probably should avoid, but fuck it. I can take a Montana, man. I got faith. He's probably gonna shoot soon. Yeah, there he goes, so I'm turning already towards him. It's pretty nice when Zao armor can literally bounce Montana AP shells. If you notice there, he only did 2.7k damage. I bounced all the other shells. That's how strong that armor really is when you angle yourself. I would have bounced most of the Amagi shells as well, unless he had gotten that one incredibly lucky shot that went straight through the bow. But that's again one of the reasons why I consider it a strong jack of all trades ship, is because that armor is so good and it really allows you to play aggressive if you want to play aggressive. Even with the low HP, the strong armor makes it very versatile. Of course, the Zao has its weaknesses, which is carriers, because it has absolute garbage anti-air. But in this game there are no carriers, so whatever, YOLO, let's do this. The reason I have defensive AA instead of sonar is exactly for that, because it sucks so hard against carriers, so I want some sort of defense against them. Now, the enemy is capping our base, and for some reason all the Shimas we had, all the DDs who had attacking, all died, and these guys aren't defending our base. This guy was sitting next to the base sniping, so it looks like this is going to be a lost game. I got Kraken from wrecking that Shimakaze. So basically I've charged through the entire side, going into their base, and now I'm sailing back to our base, and where this Iowa has been sitting in our base pretty much the entire time. And they're winning now. A Kraken and a lost game. That's kind of how it goes in random battles sometimes. It's a bit annoying. But overall, I still thought it was a fun game, even if it ended in a defeat. Oh good lord. Those Shimakazes and those Yamata and Montana. It's depressing when they do like get 1/5 of your XP. The damage wise, obviously majority AP because of how much I used it against cruisers and battleships. Then there's the HE, about 60k, and another something, what was it, 30-40k fires. A total of 174k damage. So overall, a fun game to be aggressive in, even if it did not end up in a win in the end, because, well, random battles are gonna be random battles. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my short Zao commentary. I'll be returning with a proper cruiser comparison soon.